That's some
good stuff.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mitch from Good Stuff Gaming, and today I have a video commentary regarding the Titanfall beta and what I think of the game. So in this commentary I'm going to discuss a little bit of what Titanfall is, as well as what I think about it, and then I'll give a verdict as to how much I think it's worth or not worth. So before I get into the commentary, just a little bit about the gameplay. You're obviously watching some Titanfall beta gameplay on the map something, I don't know the name of the map, using the SMG with the Sidewinder grenade launcher thing to go against Titans, and the auto pistol, which I barely ever use. And I think that's it about the gameplay. So, without further ado, let's get into the commentary. Titanfall, what is it? Titanfall is a first-person shooter, obviously, based in the future that is very fast-paced. It has parkour and all sorts of stuff. Oh, I forgot to mention the game mode. This is hardpoint domination. So it's based in the future, fast-paced action with parkour, and you also have these things that are called Titans, these giant mechs, and every X amount of seconds you can call one in, and I think it gets boosted by the amount of damage you deal. So if you are running around killing all sorts of people and grunts, you're gonna get your Titan faster. So that's how Titans work, and then it's pretty much just a big version of the pilot, which is the character you play as. And the Titan, it's extremely mobile, and it seems like at first glance, you know, like, oh, the Titans are just as mobile as the pilots aside from like jumping, so why aren't they really OP? And I think that when, first of all, there's other Titans against you, you're pretty much like you're screwed. Well, not necessarily screwed, but it's balanced, I think would be a good way to put it. And the Titans can also be killed fairly easily by the pilots as well, and because the pilots, they're in their loadout, they've got their primary, secondary, and they also have an anti-Titan weapon. So I think the Titans are not very OP. At first I thought that the number of Titans in the game, like that could be in the match at one time, probably could have been reduced, but now that I've played it a lot more, I've realized that really the Titans don't make much of a difference in terms of swaying the battle one way or another, because both pilots and other Titans can easily take them out. So I think when it gets to a point where like everybody has a Titan, then it gets kind of But I think the having a limit on Titans is something that you initially feel, and then you're like, no, it's not that bad. So now that I've given you a little bit of something about what Titanfall is, I want to discuss a little bit about what I like and don't like about it. So what I like about it, first of all, the parkour is really well done with the wall running and double jumps and stuff, and it allows you to move about the map really fluidly, which also brings me to the point that the map design is really, really well done, because you've got maps that are really vertical. This one's not as vertical, but the other one is incredibly, like, you've got pilots all over the place. It's extremely vertical. There's lots of places to go, lots of places to hide and like snipe from. There's lots of places for just large battles. There's close quarters. They really did a good job of mixing all the different types of encounters into the maps, especially with the hardpoint placement, because of the close quarters at the hardpoints, but then all around them it's really open. So you have the long range battles on the outskirts of the hardpoint zones. But one thing I don't like, but kind of do at the same time, is the amount of players that can be in one match. And when I was doing research, well, not necessarily doing research, just watching videos before the beta came out about Titanfall and why it doesn't necessarily have more than 6 players per team, is because that's just how they felt it was the most balanced. But I think that having maybe 2 more players per team wouldn't be too bad, because you're really not encountering other pilots as much as you probably should be, and you're just getting a bunch of grunt kills, which means, and the grunts are the AI controlled characters, so you've got these grunts that just eat your bullets, and you get loads of kills, or quote unquote kills, and they don't count as kills. You get loads of XP and kills, or grunt kills, from them, and that also reduces the time on your Titans respawn. So I think that having less grunts and maybe 2 or 3 more people per team wouldn't hurt too much, but I can understand where they're coming from in terms of team balancing and number of players. Which also brings me to another point, is that they confirmed that there would be mod support for the game eventually. So not initially at launch, but eventually there will be mod support, which means that people will probably be able to mod it so you've got more players per team, which is a really good thing, because the battles will be much more intense. You'll be encountering actual people a lot more, which I think is encountering other players and fighting other players should be the basis of a game. You shouldn't be only killing the grunts, in my opinion. So modding support will be really cool, and you'll have stuff like custom weapons, or custom Titans, or custom game modes, or custom maps even. So modding support's definitely a plus for the game. And I think that's all the quote, I guess you could say quote unquote ranting I have regarding Titanfall. But now, is the game worth $60? And my opinion on pretty much any game that I would buy is no game is worth $60 to me. It's just too much to pay for a piece of software where they're making millions of dollars anyways. So I always wait until it gets a price drop or a sale before I purchase anything. Like, that's what I did with Battlefield 4. I got it for $25 on Black Friday, so not worth $60 to me. Is it worth the hype? Maybe. It's definitely fun, and it's definitely a new, a fresh twist on fast-paced action shooters. So I think that Titanfall will most likely be very successful. And another question you might ask is it the COD killer? And I think no game gets as much publicity as Call of Duty. So there's definitely not going to be as many sales on this game, at least on consoles, as Call of Duty will get, at least initially. But I think that eventually it might be able to overpass Call of Duty if they don't screw it up like Call of Duty has. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a like. If you're new around here, please subscribe if you want to see more from Good Stuff Gaming. And with that, I will see you guys later.